Rescue helicopter India Juliet is ready for action. Cows Week can be hectic for the crew at Leon the Solent, but even if there are no real emergencies, the daily training routines keep them busy.
Thanks, Alan. Winch is stowed, door is shut, and the winch switches are to safe.
From day to day, it's impossible to know what to expect, even for an experienced winchman like John Spencer.
You don't really get an average week because, I mean, some weeks you could be very, very busy, you know, doing loads of different jobs, and then there might be a week where you have nothing happening, you know, and the jobs can vary from diving incidents to cliff jobs to people, you know, needing to be rescued from the sea, hospital transfers, mud jobs, all sorts of things.
Life's equally unpredictable for Sue Hardwick.
Scandal Live Cows Week press office. Hello? Yeah. Yes, no. All right, could you just bear with me a second, Liz?
This is Tanya, who's lost the rugby players. What's that one?
All right. Liz, can I ring you back? We have a little bit of a problem on the other line.
Rugby stars Andy Gomersall and Nick Barber are due at a press reception, but they're still out enjoying a day's sailing.
Well, are you sure the boat is actually finished? Has anybody checked that the boat is actually finished? Well, if you saw her finish, how come we've lost them? The rib driver swears the boat's finished, and he's seen it finish, but I think he's seen something else finish. I think he's seen the boat doing a mark grounding, and we can't get hold of the guys off the boat, and they're not on their moorings.
6 knots!
Life should be slower out on the water. Police Sergeant John Banks is on patrol again. It's his final week after 28 years in the force, but he's as keen as ever to make sure the law is maintained.
It's not so much now, but it's later at night, particularly when they've had a couple of drinks. They're in a hurry to get back to their moorings, and they come up through here. Some of them about 14 or 15 knots. And apart from being contrary to the harbour bylaws, of course it's very dangerous with so many small boats on the water. The rib's just starting to increase its speed now. We'll see if we can get this one. Couldn't get a reading off that one. We're bouncing too much. He's seen that we're using the speed gun on him. He's slowed right down to less than 6 knots, so it's achieved the object.
The one place that everyone can relax is in the beer tent. Everyone except organiser Chris Troop. There's a constant stream of customers, and by the looks of it, they're very thirsty.
We tend to take the majority of the deliveries in advance because we've got a pattern of trade here, so we know more or less what we're going to sell. We would sell as much in a week that my pub sells in a year. This is the biggest event that we actually run. We do a number of others around the island and on the mainland. But so my role is commercially is running the operation on this site. We provide all the security and entertainment here.
And one important job today is briefing the band.
Okay, yeah, fine, no problem. We're going to do... Yeah. Okay, we'll give it a crack and see how you go. Just nice and gentle to start with, yeah? Yeah. Nothing too zany.
After breaking her boom earlier in the week, Class 1 yacht Independent Bear is back on the water, but now she's leaving skipper Kit Hobday behind.
Best of luck, Angel. Go knock him dead, Tiger. We kind of work a squad system, and every now and again one of us gets off, but had a little minor health problem a few weeks ago, and I promised the doctor the moment I got tired, you know, I'd just take one day and rest things a bit. So it's fitted in fine.
But as the yacht races away from the start line, on the support boat, Kit suddenly finds he still has an important role to play.
Go on side, Kit, quickly come, down on side.
There's been a false start, and the captain's the first to realise.
Recall! Recall! Get back! Get back! Well, they weren't keeping the wits about them then, were they? Nobody was looking on the radio. Well, look! See everybody else going back. It's damn stupid.
Piccadilly Circus out here. Anybody think it's cows week? They're all good here.
Engine Juliet, Coast Guard 305, over. I am. Dedication to duty. I've got on board a young man from Chernobyl in the ex-Soviet Union who applied by or something with you after your exercise this morning, over.
You happy with that, Phil?
Yeah, we'll fly past him, yeah.
That's a little from Chernobyl, is it?
I'll drop back because,
Yeah, sure.
what's his name, trying to get a photograph.
It's still an enjoyable afternoon for the rugby players on their day trip, but Sue's headache's getting worse.
Sabina's chasing after the tuxedos because one of the rugby players has turned up with tails and not black tie. They knew they had to have black ties, but just that he got up this morning at some ungodly hour, looked at his DJ and suddenly found there was a burn on it, so he thought he'd bring tails instead, which really are not very appropriate to wearing to a ball.
Sabina to the rescue. Sue's assistant's breathless, but happy.
Oh, I had to get next DJ to watch it in London. I had to rush all the way into Newport to go and get there, and I had such a nightmare trying to get the right size. It's so big! Rugby players for you.
But they're not jumping for joy on this boat. It's run aground and just won't budge. Fortunately, John Banks has seen it all before. His first plan is to try to tow the yacht free of the sandbank.
Yeah, clear the water, Bill. Oh! Skipper! He didn't have his end fast.
Back at the beer tent, the drinks are already flowing freely, but the bubbly's causing some concern.
What's the problem, sir?
The half bottles aren't quite right.
Okay, what...
would you like to savour it?
Okay, I will. It's a little warm, but apart from that, it's fine. Could be a bit colder. Maybe the plastic glasses that are plenty. Would you like some proper glasses to drink it out of?
We had this one before. I can't believe you're looking me in the eye and saying that. Drink that.
No, seriously.
We've had a bottle of wine and it tasted great.
Well, I haven't had anything else to drink today, and that tastes fine to me.
We've only been drinking champagne. We had a bottle and we've just bought a second.
All right. Well, I'll give you another. I'll give you a whole bottle in return. All right.
Okay.
All right. Then just and if you want some decent glasses to do it out of, I will.
That'd be even better.
Okay. I'll see if I can find those for you. Okay, sir. I'll sort it out for you.
After the shaky start, things have settled down on Independent Bear. It won't be this peaceful for long. Later they'll be showing the ropes to Australian celebrity Mark Little.
You couldn't have chosen a better day.
Fantastic, isn't it?
I think it's some wonderful Antipodean weather that you brought with
Wonderful,
you.
nice southeasterly blowing. Looking about 10 knots out there on the water, are we?
Well, there's enough wind to go sailing. I gather we're going to
good.
put you on a Class 1 sailing boat this
Yes.
afternoon to give you a taste of what it's like to get out on the water and...
On a fast vessel.
Well, yes. I mean, it depends how good the crew's feeling after a hard day sailing, but in these conditions, you'll enjoy it. It's
Yeah,
lovely. You've got
great.
the sunshine, you've got the wind. It'd be brilliant.
Fantastic, I can't wait.
John's not smiling anymore. The tide is falling fast.
Try a little bit more.
If he can't refloat the grounded yacht soon, it will be stranded for hours.
Got any more left, Bill?
Nothing he's tried until now has made much difference. The next move is to enlist some extra help.
Skipper, just one thing we can try. We can get a line for your main halyard down to that to give you a big list. Yeah. Okay, if you can get a big list on it, then we'll just try. That's the last thing we can do. Give it a try.
At least the rest of the party are taking it in their stride, but the captain clearly can't wait to be back afloat. Some are pleased to be on dry land. The rugby players are ashore at last, and just in time.
Don't tell me the boat's...
Mayday, mayday.
What have you done to it?
We
You didn't sink it, now did
we
you?
were going about 1 knot an hour, and No, it was good actually. It was really good. We
The
just,
wind filled in them.
Yeah, it picked up, but it was
on the way back.
It was only after we'd, been sort of over halfway around. Come sort of 3 o'clock, we were expecting to be on our way back in, and then someone piped up. We were about halfway around, and then unfortunately we picked up. So.
I thought we were on our way back, and they said no, this is just like halfway. I was like, wow.
It was good though, because the wind did get up, and it was.
Did you enjoy it?
Really nice.
It always works out. I mean, there is always going to be something, and you can never ever predict what it's going to be. Sabina's done a fantastic job. I mean, in going out on spec, buying or renting a DJ for somebody that she could only describe as being this big and this tall and this wide. So I'm very impressed.
Hello, it's John. It's from Gurnard Point, Thorness Bay, 3 adults, 2 children in difficulties on the coastal path. OK, we're on the way. Cheers then.
A scramble for the crew at Leon the Solent, and this time it's for real. They've a report of a family in trouble, and there's no time to waste. Scarred helicopter India Juliet is in the air, searching for the family in distress.
People waving now. 9 o'clock, we just passed them, but no, they're making their way back along the beach.
Keep going around.
Yep.
They're not in any danger there.
No. I can see a guy walking on the beach, what doesn't look any difficulties at the moment, 9 o'clock.
Do those people look like they're waving in distress, or...?
No, I thought they were just waving. It might be worth going back.
Yeah, right, but I want to check out... There's a whole bunch of people on the beach down here, but that's normal, I mean... What are they doing? Down there?
Yeah, there's 4 kids down there.
You tell the Coast Guard to see if they get more accurate information about exactly where it is, because there's nothing apparent.
Down at sea level, problems for Independent Bear. She's hit rocks and comedian Mark Little's concerned.
So we see the crew now in, panic stations. Basically, they're sinking, and you can see them all prepared there. They're in sailing, we're going down mode. The captain's saying a couple of prayers for the crew on their mobile, phoning home and stuff before they actually go down here in the water here at Cowes.
There's only one thing for it. The crew desperately need cheering up. So it's time for Mark to be rushed aboard and get his first taste of sailing.
The greatest thing we had was the day we hit the rocks very, very hard indeed.
Yeah, you've got to put her out of the water now and have a look.
So you can help us spare the keel boat now.
Susie was thrown through the wheel. As we hit, she came straight through the wheel.
And you know what my beloved husband said as I gone from the back through to here? He said, get off the wheel, Susie.
I didn't say that. I said, get out of the wheel.
Get out of the wheel.
Sci-fi, get him hiking. He's just sitting there. Excellent.
Whose job was it to look for rocks?
The race against the tide continues for Sergeant John Banks, and at last, progress.
Bit more, Bill. Bit more. Yeah, I think we're actually getting there, Bill. Okay, Bill, easy. Yeah, it's all clear back off, Bill. No, that's all right, skipper.
Okay, you've cleared all?
Yeah, there's people on the path there in a group.
Yep. Yeah, I've got them. Coming up in hour at 2 o'clock. One of them carrying a kiddie on his back.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to wave to them, see if they're all right.
Yeah, they're all right.
Oh no, they're just waving, they seem all right. Let's go back again and have a closer look at them, Peter.
Where's the wind?
216 and 4 this is giving. I can't see.
Oh, I see them, yeah, down in the bushes.
Yeah, they're in our 1 o'clock now. One in blue and a small kid without no top on. Oh, not quite. If you want to winch me down.
There they are, there. I mean, the trouble with that is they're not on the top they can land on. Okay, you can walk down, but...
The one in the blue is waving to us.
Yeah, okay, we'll put you down to them, then.
Okay. Forward 2, forward 1, steady, got the stop talk, clear winch.
Yeah.
Roger, which now?
But after all the effort, it's a wasted journey. The stranded family have been picked up by boat. India Juliet can return to base to be ready for the next shout. A hard-working crew, always on standby to answer emergency calls. There's not much glamour behind the scenes at Cowes, but plenty on the water. Actress Lisette Anthony's in town, fresh from her latest film with Mel Gibson. Tonight, she'll be the belle of the ball, but first, she's got to get there.
Yes, just a minute. We're gonna down. You, I've got two. I've got two concrete piles upstairs. Do you mind? Brilliant, thank you very much. Right, no idea how thank you.
For the second time in a week, Independent Bear is out of the water. The rocks did serious damage.
How long is it going to take to repair?
Quite a few hours. It's a bit. Won't be much beer tonight, Pete.
But you can't keep an Aussie away from his lager. Mark's already making plenty of friends.
Oh, too cold.
I'd rather take Mark than I think we need a change in the afterguard actually.
he helmed quite well. Which one are you? He wasn't very good through his backstay. He was starting to tar badly at the end. But he winch quite well. And he helmed quite well.
He made some good tactical decisions.
If we hadn't beforehand, we could have taken the sailing. All Australians are quite rugged. It's kind of, you know, they're born as rugged.
What are you saying? Well, if it's about getting a gig on the boat, can I not do that one?
It's about 5 more minutes. It's not too far.
5 minutes?
Yeah, that's fine. That's good fun. Marvellous. Here we go. Just one of the few parts of the job.
There are fireworks too for John to deal with. The annual display is a Cowes highlight, and ensuring everyone's safety will be his final duty before retirement.
Shoreside. I should be on the Sea Mark with John Price. We've got Stuart McIntosh on the Blavand, and then the Harbour Masters crew on their usual boats in and around the river and so forth. The forecast is very, very good. Winds dropping away to 2 to 3 and calm in sheltered bays and estuaries. So promises to be a very good evening. I'm a little bit sad. You know, I've said all along that I'm looking forward to retirement, but now it's coming to it. It's a funny sort of feeling that it's the last day I'm going to come down here on the launches. Just hope that tonight is a fairly quiet night and we haven't got any accidents for the last night. But yeah, I'm going to feel a bit sad when I walk off the boat tonight, I think.
The end's also in sight for Sabina. Her Hollywood star will soon be happy.
Not far, it's just up here.
All right. He's due here at about 8 o'clock. So if
For Chris Troop, the final night is the most lucrative of the year, as well as the most frenetic. And the band's performance will be particularly important to his bar's success.
I've had a warning from the environmental health that they've had a lot of complaints. So these guys are all right, they're nice and quiet. But can you just tell Dave that they are on the prowl tonight about noise, okay? Be grateful, yeah. Thanks a lot. It isn't totally proven, but we have noticed that the faster and more upbeat the music is, the more we sell in the bar. And when we actually when the band have a break, the bar eases out, okay? And equally well, when we rev it up, the pumps start to flow. Excuse me, young man, have you got some ID on you?
No.
How old are you? 14. What? Doesn't matter whether it's shandy or not. It's an offence to drink alcohol under the age of 18 years. Do you know that? You should not be on this site if you're 18 or under. Commander, can you take him off the side, please? You take him off now. I'll get some security to escort you. And they all want to get on here. They all want to have fun. And, you know, under 18, and it's such a temptation. They don't buy them because our staff won't sell them, but people buy them for them. That guy'd obviously bought it, you know, and that is a big problem. But anyway, there we are. So it's a good night. It's very busy, and it's going very well.
Not everyone's enjoying the evening. There's work to be done repairing Independent Bear. The partying must wait.
I wanted to go to the nightclub tonight as well. It's a bit unfair. We spent so long getting the boat ready for Cowswick as well. Getting the kill, all fed up with the rudder and the rest of the hull. Now it's just... There you go. It's life.
In a minute, we're going to have a huge phalanx of people coming down the high street because the town's very, very busy tonight. The marina at the moment is actually not all that busy, and we'll have about 10,000 people probably trying to get in through the gate. And it's just like a tidal stream coming down the high street. So we'll go down and have a look. I've got to just check they're all right in the gate. I'm going to go and get a megaphone because the security guys have got to shout at the people in the street, you know, pass holders only. So it'll be very quiet when we get down here, but if we wait for a little bit, I'll go and get the megaphone. I think you'll be quite amazed.
In fact, it's Chris who's about to be amazed. For some reason, everyone stayed outside.
What we've got here is people drinking in the street because the marina has got a new pass system on the Friday night, which has meant that nobody's been able to get in. So the whole town is now drinking in the street, which is actually illegal. This is the Anchor, my pub. And of course, it's actually brilliant. It's a lovely atmosphere. It's carnival atmosphere. It's absolutely terrific. But it shouldn't be happening.
The new security has cost Chris dear. His takings down by roughly a third, a disappointing end to the week. The fireworks passed off without incident for Sergeant John Banks. There's plenty to reflect upon as he moors up his launch for the last time.
John, finally over?
Yes, yeah, we got away with it all right again tonight, all fairly smoothly, and we just got to shut the boat down now and home.
How are you feeling?
Tired.
Still, you got about the rest of your life to recover.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
But any sadness at all?
Yeah, I shall miss it. I enjoyed tonight. It's a good way to go out.
It wasn't the best cows for Independent Bear. The 1997 Class 1 winners had to settle for second after a string of problems, but the crew refused to be downhearted.
I'd like to have won, I suppose, but bearing in mind that last year when we won, a lot of people accused us of cheating, pretty happy with a second. Get less flack that way. That's a good result.
Probably being negative.
No, it's a good result. Very happy.
Owners Kit and Susie Hobday consider the week a success. As always, they've had fun.
27 years ago was my very first Cows Week.
And you were young,
with a few gaps in the middle, obviously.
Not many.
Not many. And I was saying to Kit earlier on, it's never lost its charm for me, ever. It's not just being out there on the water. It's really this. It's friends. It's the camaraderie you get on the boat. Just the whole atmosphere. I love it.